All right, so we're on to part 2. Part 2 is solve the following equations with degree greater than 2, okay? So it's no longer just quadratics, right? We have cubics or quartics or any polynomial other than a quadratic, okay? Yes, with degree greater than 2. So here, this is a degree of 3, so we have a cubic, right? So you're writing down y cubed plus 14y squared plus 49y equals 0. It's 14y squared plus 49y equals 0. All right, so now that I have that, step 0. Are we done? Yes. Step 1, are we fully factored? No. When we're factoring, what should we always check for first?
A GCF.
A GCF. Is there one? Why? Good job, guys. Pretend that's a straight line. Divide everything by y. So we have y squared plus, yes.
Oh, so we divide by y?
Huh?
Are we dividing everything by y?
When you factor out, that means you're dividing all terms by that, right? Okay, can that be factored some more? Yeah, it's a simple trinomial. So I'm asking myself, what multiplies to give me 49, but adds to give me 14? What? 7 and 7. So my factors are y plus 7, and y plus 7. Which can be condensed down to y times y plus 7 squared. Why is it squared? There's 2 of them. Okay, now are we fully factored? Yes, after we're fully factored, we can now separate. So we have y equals 0, and we have y plus 7 squared equals 0. So for step 3, on the solving, what's my answer? We got a 0. And then what would make this equal to 0? If I take the square root of 0, it's still going to be what? 0. So what would make the inside of this equal to 0?
-7.
There we go. So our other answer is y equals -7.
Okay. Let me do the rest tomorrow.
Okay, if I didn't feel confident in myself, what could I go back and do?
Check.
Check. All right, this will be our last one for the day then. Big babies. You're gonna do it. All right, so you have 24x cubed minus 4x squared minus 20x. Solve for x. Good luck. Remember, start with your what?
0.
Check.
GCF.
You check your 0, and then you're gonna look for a GCF, because is it fully factored? No. All right, here we go. 0, we're good to go, right? 1 was a problem. So the first thing you have to do is factor out your GCF. And what was it? It's 4x. Oh, that's better. So I divided everything by 4x. It is. See that improvement? 6x squared minus x minus 5. Agreed? All right, is this fully factored? No, it is not. So this kind of either leads to grouping or Xbox, whichever one you wanted to do. But you could have, so we had -30x squared and -x. What multiplies to give me -30, but adds to give me -x? What kind of 5 and 6? -6 and +5. At this point, you have the choice to go into grouping or go into Xbox. I have no clue why I'm looking all the way up there. All right, so in the first box is your first term. Our first term was 6x squared. The last box is your last term, which was -5. And then X marks the spot of our magic numbers. Okay. When you're in the box, what are you looking for? GCF. What is the greatest common factor of the first row? Greatest common factor of the second row? -1. Greatest common factor? Greatest common factor? +5. So my fully factored would be 4x times x minus 1 times 6x plus 5. Okay, now you're going to separate and set equal to 0. So we have 4x equals 0. We have x minus 1 equals 0. And we have 6x plus 5 equals 0. Okay. We have, the reason why we have up to 3 is because our degree of our polynomial was what? 3. So we can have up to 3 zeros. And in this case, we have all 3. Step 3 is to solve for x. What am I doing here to solve for x?
Divide by 4.
Divide by 4. 0 divided by anything is 0. So my first x is 0. Yeah? Here we have x minus 1 equals 0. Plus 1. So x equals 1. Good job. And then here, what do I need to do? Minus 5.
Oh, that's a, oh.
And then divide by 6. And so what was our final x? And fractions are our friends, so we would not try to write that as a decimal. All right, we will pick up here tomorrow.